I'm a Spirit Keeper, and I give you a reason for every season. And today, we have just gotten a ton of Home Depot 2025 animatronic stock photos leaked. We did see most of the animatronics featured in today's video back in the manager meeting from Home Depot in March, and now today we have higher stock photos for them, and let's just say that Home Depot is absolutely going full steam ahead, and their lineup just looks absolutely crazy by only these couple stock photos. I do not want to waste any more time, and I want to jump right into these animatronics, and let me just say, Peak Depot is back for 2025. Now the first prop I want to talk about is going to be the 15-foot Scarecrow, and this thing looks absolutely amazing. The pure and utter size of this thing is just going to be massive in person, as it is 15 feet tall, and I really like that he is a mix of a tree and a scarecrow in one. I think that's a really unique sort of creation that Home Depot did make, and I think it should be used more in the retail market, or really any market in general. And I also really love that purple jacket that he does have on, and I think this character just looks absolutely perfect. Now I will mention that we don't have any prices revealed just yet officially by Home Depot themselves, so we will have to wait for all the prices to be revealed with any of these animatronics showcased in today's video. But the next animatronic I want to talk about is going to be personally my favorite, and that is going to be the 12 feet tall Crow. Now I'm not completely sure if this guy is 12 feet tall. He could be 15 feet tall, but like a lot of people are speculating, is that he will be a 12-footer. And this guy is also a mix of the tree and another character, with this one being a crow. And once again, absolutely perfect. And this is definitely my favorite of the lineup that we do have from these stock photos, because I just love the size of this thing and the overall design. I really love the jacket, and then that red LED in the ribcage. I just think that this thing is absolutely perfect, and I love all the detailing on it. An animatronic that a lot of people have been talking about is going to be the Controlled Skeleton. And by the stock photo, we can't really get a vision of what this thing will feature, but we do kind of know from the manager meeting that this thing will be controlled within an app, and through there you can customize his phrases, the movement of anything about him, and then the eyes and the LEDs inside the ribcage. Now you can't customize the animation within his legs or anything, but he does have animation in his arms, and he does have a servo head, so you can control that all within an app, which is absolutely insane. Nothing like we've ever seen before from the retail market, that you can literally customize this prop however you want. This next prop, literally nobody was expecting to get whatsoever, because this is going to be the dragon animatronic, or at least what I believe to be an animatronic. This thing looks absolutely giant with such a huge wingspan, and you can just tell that this thing is going to be absolutely massive in person, and I just cannot wait. He obviously has tons of detail, and I really love that cloth for the wings, and you can see he has that green and pale skin tone. And I think all of the stuff put together really makes for such an awesome animatronic. And then you can also see in his rib cage or chest area that he does have a red LED. Now I'm not the biggest fan of that red LED, but I still do think that's cool for some added lighting. And I'm not completely sure if this guy will be in stores, but you can just tell that this thing is going to be absolutely massive and a great seller. And that face sculpt is also just on point. And this is overall such a phenomenal animatronic from Home Depot this year, and such a unique idea for it to be a dragon, a mythical creature, which we have pretty much never seen before in the retail market. After that is my least favorite prop from today's images that we do have, and this is going to be the sad version of Murderous Maple. Now, we have gotten so many good props from today with the photos that this one is going to be my least favorite, even though it's still a phenomenal prop from Home Depot. And Murderous Maple was a prop last year, and this time it is a sadder version, as last year it did have an evil grin, and now this time it has a sort of sad, depressed frown. And I do really love all the moss and texture on this prop, and also the cloth hanging down from it. I think this prop is really awesome, and I also love the LEDs inside of its face, but this will unfortunately have to be my least favorite from today's photos, just because of how many good props we have gotten. Finally, rounding out today's video is going to be Chucky and Tiffany. Starting with the main man himself, Chucky, we did get an animatronic of him last year from Home Depot, so only a year gap from when we are getting a whole nother prop from them once again. And last year, he was the plain Chucky, still a really awesome prop with tons of servos. And this time, he's going to be the scarred variant with, once again, tons of servos compact into him. And this one is personally my favorite compared to the Chucky we did get last year. I just really love all the detailing that did go into his face with all those scars. And the servo movements that he does have are going to be obviously all compacted into his head with the blinking, the servo head, and just tons of stuff that I just truly can't believe that we are getting all this. Now, the one thing from the manager meeting that we could tell is that he doesn't have the smile animation just like the last year one, which is a bit disappointing, but you really can't complain whatsoever of how much more detail you are getting with this one and just the overall look of this Chucky. Chucky's girlfriend, Tiffany, is also an absolutely phenomenal animatronic, and I really love her black leather jacket that she does feature. Now, the one flaw I do have with her is that her also having a knife, just like Chucky, I do wish that she either didn't have a weapon or just had a different weapon, because I do think that both of them having a knife is not super creative, as they both have the same exact weapon, and they are sort of a pair. But nonetheless, she is a phenomenal animatronic, and she also features tons of servos, as she has the same exact movements as Chucky. It's just that she has one more blinking eye than Chucky, because one of Chucky's eyes are still. But I think that Tiffany is very movie accurate, and I really love her face design, and I think that came out perfect. Well, that's going to be it for today's video with all of these stock photos we did get for Home Depot's 2025 season. And my personal favorite is definitely going to be that Crow prop. And I'm just so excited to see even more stock photos or even their entire lineup later in July. But let me know down in the comments below which is your favorite prop so far from these stock photos. But anyway, make sure you remember that I'm a Spirit Keeper and I give you a reason for every season. Bye.